There is a saying that a grand jury would indict a ham sandwich. Why is that important today? Because of the travesty of the indictment or lack thereof that came out regarding the Breonna Taylor case. What does that statement mean? What does that phrase mean? It means that essentially grand juries, by and large, return indictments. And why is that? Well, because they're secret proceedings and the prosecution controls the narrative. And guess what, folks? Who was on the same team? Prosecution and law enforcement. There are cases that I have personally had where I have been shocked that a grand jury has been able to return an indictment, but that's because the prosecution gets to control what information is given to the grand jury. And the defense attorneys, they don't get an opportunity to cross-examine those witnesses. And so it is entirely controlled by the prosecution. The fact that only one officer was indicted and the charge that he was indicted on in the murder of Breonna Taylor shocks the conscience. It's outrageous and it's terrifying. This is a prime example of the system protecting the folks that it deems to be on the right side, despite the fact that their actions were so egregious and so frighteningly unjustified. And the fact that those individuals, for the most part, are not going to face any criminal repercussions for that is terrifying. It flies in the face of the justice system, if we can call it that at this point. And it is frankly offensive to Breonna Taylor and her family and the life that was lost as a result of the inexcusable actions of these police officers. They're granted immunity. They're given every benefit of the doubt, but the fact is that they're highly trained. They carry weapons, deadly weapons, and they should be cognizant of that. And it should be an absolute last resort. A woman sleeping in her bed should never lose her life. And we should all be concerned because we're only one hop, skip, and a jump away from a mistake like that, an error like that, or a purposeful disregard for human life from that being one of us. And if a citizen acted like that, if a person acted like that and took those actions, they would absolutely be facing criminal charges. But yet these officers get to hide behind their badge. Unacceptable. They should be held to a higher standard because they have all of the training, all of the resources, and they are trusted to protect and serve. And we have gotten so far away from that. Police have become so militarized, weaponized, in a default to violence or use of force that is somehow justified by them. It's unacceptable.